small, buttery, filled with raspberry jam. At first glance, it looks like just another cookie, but in Sweden, it's one of the most beloved Fika classics. It's called Hallongrotta, or in English, a thumbprint cookie. And despite its simple ingredients, this little cookie has been a favorite for generations. The name Hallongrotta literally means raspberry cave. It's named after the small indentation in the center of the cookie, filled with bright red raspberry jam. Simple, elegant, and instantly recognizable. Thumbprint cookies have long been a staple of Swedish Fika. You'll find them in cafés, bakeries, and homes across the country. They're often served alongside a cup of coffee, making them a familiar sight on the Swedish coffee table. One reason for their popularity is their simplicity. The dough is made from just a few basic ingredients: butter, flour, sugar, and vanilla. Each cookie is rolled into a small ball. A thumb or spoon creates a small hollow before a spoonful of raspberry jam is added. Then they're baked until lightly golden. The jam is what makes the cookie so distinctive. Its sweet, slightly tart flavor balances the rich buttery dough. The bright red center also gives the cookie its unmistakable look. Without it, it wouldn't be a Hallongrotta. Unlike many crisp cookies, thumbprint cookies are tender and crumbly. They almost melt in your mouth. The buttery dough pairs perfectly with the smooth, fruity filling, creating a simple but satisfying combination. For many Swedes, thumbprint cookies bring back childhood memories. They're one of the first cookies many people learned to bake. Easy enough for beginners, yet delicious enough to become a family tradition. Recipes are often passed from one generation to the next. Although raspberry jam is the classic choice, some bakers like to experiment. Blueberry, strawberry, blackcurrant, or even lingonberry. But no matter the filling, the traditional raspberry version remains the favorite. Sweden is famous for many pastries: cinnamon buns, princess cake, semler. Yet thumbprint cookies continue to hold a special place on the Fika table, not because they're extravagant, but because they're simple, comforting, and easy to share. Sometimes the simplest recipes become the most enduring. A handful of ingredients, a spoonful of raspberry jam, and a recipe that has delighted Swedish families for generations. Thumbprint cookies may be small, but they have earned a lasting place in Swedish culture. One bite, and it's easy to understand why they remain one of Sweden's favorite cookies. Subscribe to discover Sweden the Swedish way.